Hey everybody, this is Rob Hunt with HumaGenics. I want to show you how to place an ad on Facebook. So let's go ahead and scroll down and log in. I'm already actually logged in, but I'm going to go down to the sales rep area. I'm going to click on it. You'll have to log in if you haven't already. A couple of things I want to point out. First of all, this link is really important to you. I'm going to show you how to do some different links and create your own so that you can follow campaigns. So keep that in mind. Typically, we want to use this link to send people to your site, but I'm going to show you how to do a custom link here in just a minute. All right. First of all, we want to go to downloads. We're going to pick which one we're going to do so we can do a campaign. I'm going to scroll down, go to my approved YouTube videos, and you can do the same thing on pictures. Okay. So I'm going to choose which ad I want to do. Notice it's got a video, you've got a picture, you've got text, audience details, age, people who match, that type of a thing. I'm going to keep this open, and also notice that after that, then it gets into some other things, other videos. Right now, we just don't have the same things done on these other videos because we haven't created the ad sets for them yet. So let's say I'm going to do the girls dancing. In order to download this, I want to download it off of YouTube. It shows click and share download by placing an SS after the WW on the YouTube, okay? And then upload the video as well. So let me show you this. What I like to do is I'm going to click on it, and it's going to open it up, okay? I can view the video, and I can decide if that's one that I'm going to want to watch. And hopefully you can hear what I was saying, what was playing. But I can see that it's got the girls dancing on there. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and click on the YouTube thing. So it's going to open up the YouTube video. Okay. Now, what it's talking about as far as putting the SS in is I'm going to go up here in the URL link at the top, and I'm going to go right after the www, and I'm going to put www dot, and I'm going to put an SS in there. Okay. So it's www.ssyoutube.com, and then it has the video. And I'm going to come to the end. I'm going to click enter. And that's going to open up another page. Okay, see how it opens up this other page? It's asking me to install some software, and I really don't want to install it. I'm going to scroll down, and let's see, what is it doing here? It says to download a video, insert a link. So I want to go ahead and download the video. I don't want to install any of this stuff. So I'm going to click on what it says to do here and save it. Or click continue. It's weird because sometimes they put a bunch of weird stuff in here. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go back to YouTube again and see if I can type that SS in. So I'm going to come back in here again. You just got to be persistent once in a while. So it's going to be www. I'm going to type in an SS in here and then click enter and let it go ahead and load it. Okay, so this little thing pops up where I can actually download it. A lot of times it's going to ask you to install something or to pay for something. Don't do it. Just be persistent. Notice this says download MP4. This is really good. You can look at different ones, but I like the MP4 720. Sometimes it's going to look a little bit different. It may have a button that says download in web browser, and that's fine. You can do that, and it'll say, oh, it's not going to look as good. Well, yeah, it's going to look just fine. So at any rate, play around with it, and you should see a thing that pops up that says download. I'm going to click that, and you're going to notice that it's going to download it right over here. Okay, I'm going to ignore this service. I don't want to install anything. So I've got it right over here in the bottom left-hand corner. What I want to do is I want to minimize my screen a little bit. Not all the way. I'm just going to slide it over like this, okay, by clicking and dragging. And I'm going to left-click on this and hold down and drag it right outside so I can see where it's at on my desktop. Okay, there it is, right on my desktop. Now I don't need YouTube anymore, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and close the YouTube, and I'm going to go back to these videos. I want to grab a thumbnail because what's kind of weird is YouTube sometimes, not YouTube, but Facebook, we went to place this ad right here, and it didn't like it. It said, oh, it's showing too much skin or sexual content. Well, It's a girl working out and doing a workout with her glutes. And HumaGenics, we're doing things for the body. So you're going to see the human body from time to time on here. And that's fine. There's nothing dirty or nasty about it. So we went ahead and created a thumbnail that we know works. So this works just fine. Same thing over here. This thumbnail works, but we're going to want to use that thumbnail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it, okay, and I'm going to save image as, okay, and I'm going to make sure I'm at my desktop. So I'm going to left click, double left click on that, make sure it says this PC and desktop. So I'm saving it there. It says Belly Girls and shows what it is and the size, and it's a PNG image. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And then see how it drops it down here, and you can see it saved it right over here on my desktop. Okay, so now I've got the video and I've got a thumbnail is what we're going to call it. Now that I've got those, I'm going to go ahead and make the screen big again. Now I'm going to go to my Facebook page. Okay, now you want to open up a business page in order to do an ad. Okay, so we've got a business page right here. It's called HumaGenics. You can create your own business page as long as it doesn't say the word HumaGenics in it. Okay, create your own business page, Facebook page, get 100 people to like it. You can place ads just like this. So what I want to do is I want to now come over here to this arrow that drops down. So I'm going to click on that drop down. Okay, now I'm going to come down here to create page, manage page, create group, new groups, create fundraiser, create ads. Okay, I want to create an ad. So I'm going to click on create ad. All right, so now this ad is going to load up. It's loading some different things up. What we want to work on is we want engagement, okay? We want people to engage in our ad. This means people can talk back and forth. They can talk about it. And we want to ask, in this case, we feel it's better that people are asking questions. So there's a type of question we want to ask to get people talking about and discussing this particular advertisement, okay? So I'm going to click engagement, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and click continue. Now, it's going to start asking me different questions and what I want to do, okay? First of all, it's going to talk about an audience, what kind of people, who I want to target, who I want to talk to, okay? We're going to create new, all right? So we've got it on create new. We're going to come down here. Location, I'm going to kill the location. Okay, because we want to grab specific locations around the country. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my HumaGenics page. I'm going to scroll down. Now, here's audience details, okay? See how it says location? It says United States, Connecticut, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Vermont, okay? So we've got different locations that we can use. Or maybe I want to do the West Coast, okay? Let's say I want to do the West Coast. Now, actually, I've done some ad sets before. So what I want to do is see what's performing better so far. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down before I do anything else. And I'm going to go into my sales rep area. And I want to look at some of the statistics I have because I've created a few campaigns. So I'm going to go into my statistics. And just because I know how things are performing, I can see that we've got the glute video has got 4 visits. We've got the joint set, joints pick. We've got video HS, okay. This is going to be, this is the East Coast. This one is going to be the West Coast because I already know glute video is on the West Coast. So looks like we've got the East Coast. We've got the West Coast are performing about equal, and then we've got healthy states is on 5. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do in the East Coast, okay? So that I can understand what they are here. I'm going, actually, you know, I'm going to, what the heck, I'm going to do West Coast. But I want to be able to understand what they are and where they're at, okay? So I'm going to show you here in a minute when I go back to doing a campaign, how I know exactly what I'm doing and where. So here I am. I'm going to ask them custom audiences. We've got those in. Let's go ahead and do. We don't want to do custom audiences yet. We want to do the location. So let's go in here to the location area. Okay, and I'm going to do. Let's do Washington. Okay, so Washington, United States, let's do that. Let's do Oregon. Okay, so we've got Oregon, United States. Let's do California. So we've got California, United States. Okay, so we've got that. And you know what? Let's throw in Nevada. And just for the heck of it, let's throw in, Arizona. Okay, so I've got 5 cities. You know, I'm looking at that saying, okay, that's close enough to the West Coast. Idaho, I don't really want to mess with Idaho. You know, I could maybe do Utah if I wanted to, and maybe throw in Denver. So what the heck? Let's see what. Nah, I want to stick right there on that West Coast area. Okay, so now I've chosen the states, and I'm going to be very, very how do I say this, consistent when I do that. Now, if we're going to go with custom audiences, okay, so if I want to look at that, notice if we come back over here, if I go back into downloads and I go back into the videos, we're going to have custom audiences to be able to look for. We already have this all figured out for you. Okay, so I'm going to go into the approved videos again. I'm going to go back to the video that I used because I know what custom audience this is going to be. We've got location already figured out. We've got age 21 to 50, and we've got interests. Okay, so we've got interests: weight loss, fitness and wellness, CrossFit training, CrossFit cardio. So I'm going to look at these different deals here, and I'm going to decide I want to use them. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to go to weight loss. Okay, whoops, I put that in the wrong place. Sorry, I'm supposed to scroll. Let me scroll down here. So detailed targeting. So I'm going here. I'm going to do weight loss. Okay, so I've got weight loss, novel, coach. What I want to do is just take a look at this and see what it says under the weight loss area. So we've got weight loss, fitness, and wellness. So I'm going to go back over here. Weight loss, do we have fitness and wellness? There it is right there. So I'm going to click on weight loss, fitness, and wellness. Okay. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to look at CrossFit training. So I'm going to type in CrossFit. Okay. So I'm going to come back up here in this area here, and I'm going to type in CrossFit. Okay. Oops. CrossFit's one word. Sorry. Okay. So you can type in CrossFit. It's going to come up with, look, CrossFit training, and then there's also CrossFit by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and pick CrossFit. Then I'm going to type in CrossFit again. And CrossFit training is going to come up. That's great. I'm going to come back in here and go cardio fitness. Now, one thing you can do is you can actually copy and paste these in here. Just like that. And there's cardio fitness. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to go health and wellness. I'm going to copy that. Come back over here. And I guess you could do the whole string, but I would rather do it like this so that you can actually hand pick exactly what it says. I'm going to click on dieting, fitness, wellness, or weight behavior. So I'm going to click on all of those, or all the way to weight training right here. Actually, I'm going to click dieting. So it's dieting. Got to pay attention to those little commas in there. So dieting, going to paste on that. Dieting comes up. The next one I'm going to click on is fitness and wellness or weight training. So I'm going to click on that one and go back over here to the manager. So fitness and wellness, what I want isn't coming up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. I'm going to go fitness and wellness. Okay. Maybe I'll come in here and, oh, there it is. Now I'm going to type in weight training. Weight training just came up. Now I'm going to go ahead and look at healthy and fit. So I'm going to come back into healthy and fit. Okay, that came up. Next one, I'm going to do fitness or gyms. So I'm going to type in fitness, the word fitness, and then gyms. So I'm going to go into fitness, and I'm going to type in gyms. And let's see, what else do I want to type in? Fitness or gyms, and now I'm going to do fitness clubs next. So, oops. So fitness clubs, gyms and fitness clubs, I'm going to go ahead and go with that one and call that good. Okay, so we look at that. Everything looks good there so far. So I'm going to scroll down and look at this age. Okay, I want to come back over here and see what this says about age. 21 to 50, and we're going to do everybody. So I'm going to go 21 because we do want people that have money. Most 18-year-olds don't have any money. And we want to go to 50 because we're hitting weight gyms and different things like that, and CrossFit and health and exercise. Now, if this doesn't work out, we can always go back later and change some of the criteria, okay, and dial in what works best, and you guys can do that. This just gives you a way that you can go. One thing I want to do with this, I want to change my daily budget. Say I want to do $10 a day because I'm going to run it for a few days and see how it goes. I want to run it continuously because I'm going to keep an eye on it and see how it goes. I want post engagement. Okay, we've already got that set up. So as we look at this, I'm liking the way it looks. I like the group that I'm set up with. I've been selective on the West Coast to see how the West Coast goes, if they like this ad or not. I'm going to click continue now. Okay. So now I'm going to add in, I want to make sure that it's HumaGenics. So I'm on the HumaGenics site. Okay, this is the Facebook page I want to tie it to. Looks like it's got somebody popping up there. Looks like that's Corey Moran. Now, I want to go ahead and create an ad. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to come over here and I want to grab a video. Whoops. My brain just went south on me. It does that from time to time, just so you guys know. Let's see. I want to go ahead and change that. We're going to go to advanced options. Okay. Now with advanced options, we can come in here and we can change things up a bit. Okay. I want to send things to a specific URL, and I want to be able to track them. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and let's see, I need to change that. I want to go to create a new ad. Okay. So now I'm going to create a new ad. We got it still at HumaGenics. Use the selected Facebook page, which is where I'm at. And I'm going to do single image or video. Well, in this case, I want to do a video. So I'm going to click here. And I don't want to do a full screen canvas. I want to go ahead and select my video. So I'm going to select my video. Okay. And I'm going to go to my desktop. And I'm going to look for that video that I had. So I've got the girls dancing, HumaGenics right there. So I'm going to grab that. Okay. Now it's going to go ahead and upload. Now remember, I didn't want to do a video or do a post that it just automatically grabbed. I wanted to make sure I did create new. So I went with create new instead of using an existing post. So I'm creating that new ad. It'll take a few minutes for it to upload, or a few seconds, depends on how it goes. So we can sit here and deal with awkward silence, or I can just sit and talk about nothing. We don't want to do that though. Now, I want to grab my own image. So I'm going to click on select image. Okay, and I'm going to upload an image. Now remember that image I had. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my screen smaller again, a little bit smaller. Now I'm going to grab the image, not the video. I'm going to grab the image now, that thumbnail that we created, and I'm going to drag it over here because I want to use that image. Okay, I'm going to hit select. Notice it put that image in there that I wanted to use. So it's got the really nice image in there. It's got an image that I'm not going to get in trouble for. I'm going to take a look. I don't need to do anything in here. We're going to leave that all alone. We're going to scroll down now, and now we're going to have a little bit of fun. Okay, so here's text. Okay, this text is what's going to show up over here. It's automatically going to put some text in there, but I want to use the text that was created up here. So this has been designed specifically by us because we know what kind of questions to ask. You're going to have to trust us on this, okay? I'm going to paste it there. Notice I'm not putting my link in here either. You don't need to put your link in, okay? I'm going to show you where you're going to put your link because we're going to have a call to action button here in just a second. So stimulants versus no stimulants with your workout, which is better? LP9 has none. Tag a friend who would disagree. We want that because we want people to disagree and agree on this. Okay, we want to get people to start engaging with the post and people to talk about the post. It's great marketing and advertising. Okay, call to action. We want to create a button. Do we want people to learn more? Do we want them to send a message or shop now? Shop now is a turnoff. We don't want people sending us messages. We want people to learn more about LP9. Now it's asking for a URL, okay, which is going to be our address. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm now done with all this information because I've already entered all that in. So now guess what I can do? I can scroll back down to the bottom. I go back into my sales rep area, okay? And when I do that, I'm going to create a custom ad, okay? So there's a campaign name. We don't want to use any bad words because it's going to show up in here. So I'm going to call this Dancing Girls. So it's going to be D Girls. And we did it on the West Coast. So I'm going to do WC for West Coast. So it's Dancing Girls West Coast. Generate URL is the next thing I'm going to do. Now, just like the custom URL up here that we tell everybody is really important because this is what sends people to your website and how you get credit, this URL now will do the same thing. But it's going to create it in a campaign so you can actually see how each one of your campaigns are doing and if they're worth the money. Okay, so I'm going to click copy. Now I'm going to go back over to my ads manager right here in YouTube, and I'm going to left click, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to paste it. Okay, now I'm done. Now that's in there. Now there's a learn more button, okay, where people can learn more about LP9 by clicking on that link right here, and it will take them to my website. Okay, we don't need to worry about these advanced URL parameters or anything like that. We don't worry about those. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and come down here. I've got my ad created. Everything looks good. I don't need to do anything else but confirm. Okay, so I've changed it to where I've got the $10 a month. So I'm going to hit confirm. I like the way it looks, so I've confirmed my items. I'm sorry, I didn't mean $10 a month. I'm going to do $10 a day. Now you can do $3 a day, you can do $5 a day, you can do whatever budget it is you want to do it. But I'm being fairly aggressive. So I want to see what's going to happen if I do that. So we've got everything confirmed. My items have been confirmed. I don't want to duplicate the ad. Now, if I want to do the East Coast now, I can duplicate ad. Then I can go in and I can choose different states in the East Coast. Or I can look up and see what the healthiest states are, and I can do that. Maybe I'm doing weight loss, so I'm going to look up weight loss states. You know, it depends on what it is I'm looking at. I'm looking at people that are fit, people that are exercising. And now remember, you can target different groups, and different ads are created for different groups. These specific ads have been designed, okay, specifically to target people that are healthy and that are exercising, maybe going to gyms, because if you're doing CrossFit or you're doing Zumba, you're going to be going to a gym. So they've been created for that. If we're using one for blood flow or for enhancement for those romantic hours, that's going to be a whole different ad. We're going to use different terms. We're going to use maybe even different states. If we're going to do weight loss, we may do another ad, do different states, do different things. Now, keep in mind that doing videos is going to work the same as doing just a regular ad or a picture or a meme. All right. We're just going to choose, when we create new, we're going to choose video versus, meme, or you're going to choose picture as well. It depends on what you're doing. So now I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And it's going to say that it's pending review. Now, I can take a look at all my ads that I have if I want by going into campaigns. So that's pending review. It'll send me a message telling me it's been active or it's working or whatever. It'll let me know. I can come in here and I can look at my different ads. I can see one that's an engagement ad. And if I look at it, I can see that I've chosen some different states. So I'm going to click on it and just show you. Now I've got 3 of my posts. This is where I copied and did different posts. I can see how much I'm spending per day on them, and it'll tell me a total. It'll tell me the results, and I can look at those. Or, in my case, what's more important to me is what I'm seeing happen in my back office. By clicking on, going into my back office area, looking at my statistics and seeing what kind of engagement I'm getting here. Okay. Notice how things are changing. I've got some campaigns going that are looking pretty good. I've earned $237 this month already, and today's the 1st. So it looks like some of my ads are doing well. There's one right here where I've just sent my regular link out doing some things, and I've got a 3% conversion rate out of 32. So it tells me, how many unique links I've done, how many people have actually converted, meaning they've signed up. So I got 1 sign up so far. Okay, it looks like not bad for my first day. Looks like I've got 5, 4, so there's 9, 12, 13, 14. Looks like I have 18 and 32. I've got, almost 50 visits to my website. So not bad, so 50 visits. And, today I may have spent, $20. So it all depends on what you're doing and what you want to do. So if you spend less money, you may run the ad longer and see how it works, but you can dial in what it is you want to do. Anyways, guys, that's the way you're going to look at things. You're going to use your back office. You can look at your graphs. You can look at your referrals. I'm going to click on graphs right now. This shows you your earnings. It's not going to show much other than, look, right up here. It shows that I earned something today. I can go to referrals and see how many referrals I have so far as well in the back office, and it shows me direct referrals that I've earned. Looks like I have a whole bunch from August 31st, so that's not too bad. Some of my things are looking pretty good in here. If I want to go to my tools, I can take a look at tools. Tools is kind of cool. It shows me if I want to purchase product. I can go to downloads. Once again, that's where you want to go. You can go into training. Downloads is where I'm going to grab my ads at and train. Let me show you real quick how your pictures will look, or your memes. I want to go to Facebook ads, and I'm going to take a look at those. Just like before we went and looked at videos, well, here's some Facebook ones too that are just pictures. Here's one that says, does exercise boost libido, or do supplements boost libido? Which is better? ? Tag a friend who would know. What if LP9 supported both libido and exercise? So it's got some pretty good questions to ask people. Open-ended questions are always really good to do. Here's one for weight loss. Here's one for rebuild, repair, restore, for exercise. So you can kind of play with what it is you want to do, but go with what we have written in here, because we've tested these and we know what works. Okay, folks? Thank you very much. Have yourselves a great day, and I appreciate you having a look at this. Bye now.